Sometimes that's like I'm just forever creating these little scripts just to see if I can do it. But there is, I use a program called Salmon, which is like it's kind of a JavaScript wrapper, and it can listen to chat and run any kind of stuff on that, but it can directly interact with OBS as well. So you can just make a script to be like, every time you see a new username chatting, just count it, and if it hits your designated target, just push to the next scene. It's a very daft idea, though. I see why the timer is the normal way of doing it.
It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal. It's time for Morley's normal.
Oh yeah.
It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal.
I think psychologically people love the timer, but also they don't look at it enough to stop you just turning it back up, just dialing it back 5 minutes. Oh, the brain rot rule. Feel free to try and obliterate that, unless you think it gives you a big advantage. Are you versant in brain rot, Molly? Yeah.
It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal game. It's time for Morley's normal. It's time for It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for
Evening,
Sean
everyone.
Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean.
Hello! Do not adjust your device, unless that adjustment is to bring your device closer to your brain. You have tuned in to Sean Morley's Normal Game, a game that I invented based on a conversation I had with a man from Portland, Oregon, on the telephone, on the back seat of a Sheffield to Bristol megabus, on the way to a show that did not in any way change my life. In this arena, points mean rules, and rules mean victory, and victory means nothing. 3 contestants will compete tooth and nail to transform Sean Morley's Normal Game into a gauntlet suiting their skill set, fighting style, and Myers-Briggs personality index. I, Sean Morley, will whimper interpretive diktats from my Vimto-soaked umpire's stool. Whenever I receive a compliment for this game format, I think, what is wrong with you? I think, were you raised in a labyrinth? Welcome to Sean Morley's Normal Game. Dry off, wake up, and get those plates off your laps. It's time to begin. Welcome everyone. I hope you're feeling nice. I hope you have lived a life of kindness. And if you feel your attention already starting to slip off the screen, I have provided this oversaturated 1-hour Subway Surfers window for you to attune your spare energy into. When you have some left for me, I am here ready with rules and questions and Sean Morley's Normal Game. This is the Brain Rot special, and if you are over the age where that applies to you, then let me induct you into how to be young at heart and skibbity in the toilet. Has anyone here not played Sean Morley's Normal Game before? Are we all roughly familiar? Does anyone here know the rules of Subway Surfers? Can they even interpret this? That my hand could go right in front of it. That's quite 3D. The cringe, yes, you're never too old for rot. Yes, that is the spirit. Thank you to whoever has subscribed and got us onto what Twitch is calling the Golden Kappa train. Thank you to Oracle of Truth and Disconnected Dan for the resubscriptions. I hope everyone's comfortable, and like I have said, please take those plates off your laps, okay? How can you concentrate while you are dining? We will, as is mandatory and customary, go over the normal game rules. There is one normal game rule adjustment based on recent events that I think will finally fix this game. Let us recap. Okay, so this is Sean Morley's normal game. Anyone who you've heard online saying it's too complicated to understand or enjoy is not really your friend. This is a quiz show where players can exchange points that they get for answering questions correctly into the ability to change the rules of the game one by one. By doing so, they can gradually create a new game that hopefully they are better at than their opponents. And just like any other game, you got the most points at the end, you go home victorious. As such, there are two phases to the game. There's the question phase and the rules phase. During the question phase, questions are doled out and points are doled out in return for correct answers. And during the rules phase, players can exchange those points for new rules to submit into the game. In order to try and fix other sort of problems that we've had, the questions phase always proceeds in score order, and the rules phase always goes in reverse score order. Only one of these is particularly important, and maybe you'll find out as we go. Are there rules about what kind of rules you can add? Yes, thus far there are only two, and this just about keeps the integrity of the game together. Rules may not explicitly impact a single player, so you could not say, for example, contestant number 2 simply cannot speak again. That would be an invalid rule. You must say no one can speak, and then the whole game struggles. Alternatively, rules may not alter, dismantle, or outright abolish the necessary building blocks of the game. You can't remove points, you can't remove the very concept of questions from the game, but you can alter them until they're barely recognizable. To begin with, there are only 3 available rule slots. I've never expanded it beyond that, but I'm still using the language of to begin with, just in case I change my mind. This means that when all those 3 rule slots are full with new rules, you'll have to begin overwriting previous rules, and that's when tactics comes into the play. The rule cost. To begin with, everyone's first rule costs them 1 of their points, and their second rule costs 2 of their points. Over time, rules become larger investments and bigger gambles. Players can, however, go into debt, so even if you have never answered a question right, you can change the rules as long as you think long-term that's going to help you. What will the topics be about in this quiz show? Why, whatever you like. By typing !topic into the chat, followed by a potential topic, your topic will be entered into a tombola, which I will draw from at the beginning of every new round. Sadly, and to my great shame, in order to generate roughly 70% accurate questions and answer combos, I will be deploying the planet-destroying technology of large language model AI. However, let us not be fooled by the hype. The AI is wrong and has only a tenuous grasp of reality. This, however, can only serve to make the game more interesting. Chat will be answering questions themselves. They are the third contestant, and they will be using a new technology called collective typing, which we will go through as and when it becomes unavoidable. There is a rule auction, and here is where the rules change very slightly. There is a special, completely monetized rule slot entirely for the rule auction, where anyone can donate and bid to create an active rule. So if someone has donated £1, say all the questions have to be about kittens from now on, and you wish to change that, now you would need to donate at least £2. It used to be the case that you just have to donate more, but I have realised as time has gone by that the space between £1 and £2 allows people to keep bidding 99 times over incredibly complex, completely labour-intensive rules. And after 18 episodes, I'm saying you're not allowed to do that anymore. I cannot. We've spent an hour once. Last week, we spent an hour. The contestants Did you answer any questions as people bid up penny by penny? And we're not doing that anymore. It has to be at least £1. So that's the latest hot fix to this stupid game. Anyway, !donate into the chat to learn how to do that. And the winner is the person at the end who has the most points. They can give a brief speech, plug whatever they like, and of course, decide a rule which will be active and in play at the beginning of next week. That is Sean Morley's game. Any questions? If not, I cannot promise. This is not one of the games that becomes clear when you've had a play of it. If anything, it goes further into the fog of war. Is it not called Sean Morley's game? Please don't correct me on the name of my game. It's always been called Sean Morley's game. Okay, main scene. Here we are, Subway Surfers active. Hope that's keeping any of the people who's only mildly interested somehow glued to the screen. Hopefully we've got a burgeoning audience of 8-year-olds. Okay, I'm feeling lonely. Time to meet contestant number 1.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello.
If it isn't Mary Flanigan, how are you doing?
What up? Hello. I am Skibbity. Are we doing that yet? Yes.
Yeah, you can.
This is Ohio. That's what I think.
Yeah, you've got your Ohio Riz. Chat, is this true? Is this real?
I think so. Ohio Riz, to you and to all a good night.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a chat box streaming away. I've not got any idea what they're saying. I might try and bring it up my phone so I can see whether they be friend or foe. I hope friend.
I mean, I can help you out. They're saying no cap, Yas Queen. Yas Queen, I think, is from a different generation, really. Mazflaz is bussing no cap. And then there's Riz. And then what else we got? She understood the assignment. Again, I don't know if that's...
Thank you.
I think some of this is just how people talk on Twitter.
You guys are chungus to me. You're all chungus. I love you.
I like how the common we can't distinguish between Gen Alpha brain rot and sort of Gen Z other social media slang.
Yeah, it just is it just kind of just co-opting the AAV, but with the kind of Subway Surfer thing on top of it. Anyway, Yas Queen to you all.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, Queen.
Yes.
Everyone.
Yes, Queen to ya all. Yous are all iPad kids. I love it. And I'm not going to try and say that one. I don't get it. Anyway.
You're using the glossary I gave you?
Yes, I am.
Great, yeah,
I
cool.
am. But I want to show respect to their culture.
Sure.
When I do so.
I'll keep an ear out for whether you always are using brain rot in alphabetical order.
Someone asking what's the crack, Mazflaz? Crack's good, man. I'm singing along. I wonder who said that. It looks like what I can see. Their name seems to be Biracial Truth, but I feel like that's not right.
And that's Oracle of Truth, I'm afraid. Declaring his own monoracial truth. Biracial Truth.
I'm not Biracial Truth. Oh, Oracle of Truth, and I know them as well. They see it on your stream all the time. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm here to keep things Ohio.
Yeah. Well, let's just brush recent embarrassment under the rug with a little bit of crowdsourced small talk. So let's see what they've put in the small talk hamper today. I think we've got through all the wet denim. There used to be 7 questions on wet denim in here. Chocolate. Yeah. Any opinions? Normally these are questions.
Love it. Strong opinions.
In
Did
favour.
you see that they got rid of Karamak bars?
Yes, and that's a real shame. That was like
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I have further news for you, my friend. It will be a loss. However, I have seen, and not only seen, but purchased a packet of Milky Bar buttons, Karamak brand. So it's
Oh.
Karamak chocolate in a button form.
Oh, that's quite nice.
It is quite nice.
That's quite nice.
Quite nice. I consumed an entire bag in one sitting, as is right and proper, and I horsed it into me. Lovely stuff. If you are truly committed, you could melt it down, smelt it down, whatever, molder it down, and refreeze it into a bar.
Oh, if you're a purist and you're like, well, it's the right substance, but it's the wrong shape.
It's the wrong
You
shape.
could create a little bit of a DIY mold for it.
You could
get
you
it
could,
back.
I mean, they
could
say the medium
revern.
is the message, isn't it? So
Yeah.
you know. But maybe that talk is too big for small talk.
No, I think about reshaping chocolate isn't too grand a talk. I think on the edge. It's
On
not
the edge,
micro. Yeah.
Well, let's scale back a bit. I like many different kinds of chocolate. Apart from dark chocolate, do you care for dark chocolate?
I can go for some dark chocolate. I feel like I feel like you have an obligation as you get older to start appreciating adult chocolate. You know,
Well, I don't
old
wanna.
geezer chocolate. We got to wean
wanna.
ourselves off of sugar and learn to appreciate exclusively the taste of bitterness.
I don't want to.
That's more than fair. That's honestly more than fair.
That is. Oh no! Actually, that's Pibby glitch to me.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, whenever you sort of zone out when you're looking intently at the screen, I should get ready that you're going to say like, "Ohio," like look down your glasses like a librarian and just say, "Skibbity."
And
Okay. Well, you have all the time in the world to rot your brain. In the meantime, we need to let contestant number 2 catch up. Can everyone in chat please say hello to our second contestant? Hello, Invisible Molly. I think because your internet cut out, it created a new URL for you, easily fixed. Just like this, you should ping in right
Hey!
Yeah.
now. Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
How are you doing, Molly?
I'm doing okay. Can I be heard?
Yes, you should be coming through just fine.
Excellent. Excellent. How are you, Sean? You well?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I just got this new hat.
Oh, it's lovely. It is delightful.
It's got a hedgehog on it.
Love that.
Yeah, thanks. How are you? What's on your hat?
My hat is a merchandise hat from the 1975 At Their Very Best tour. Because I for my sins, I love that band.
Yeah, because of your sins.
Well, it's not like you're meant to be quiet about it because he's a bad bloke. You know, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I've actually heard
Yeah.
this. As far away as I am from the world of pop gossip, even I know this. So yeah. But you're welcome to have your hat here. No hats are
you.
barred from Sean
Well,
Morley's
that's
normal
kind.
game.
Thank you.
Do you fancy chancing your hand at a little bit of crowdsourced small talk?
I would love that. I'd love that. Sign me up.
And as usual, I just want to distance myself from whatever comes out of here. It's I have only minimal control over what my chat thinks makes good small talk. Welcome to Sean Morley's normal game, I suppose. I've told them these are supposed to be quests. Let's try another one. That's not anything, is it? It's not really a small talk topic. Look, we'll be talking about that for a lot of the rest of the night, won't we? So,
No.
what was the last thing that made you feel warmly nostalgic?
Oh God,
Yeah, a bit of a change, isn't it?
crikey! I don't feel like that's small talk, but
Yeah, that's fair.
fuck. Just about an hour ago, I was talking to my flatmate about if and when my mother dies, what
Yeah, true nostalgia.
what I would like from her that she has.
Yeah.
And I at first couldn't think of anything, and then I realized I want the rocking chair that she inherited from her grandmother, i.e. my great grandmother. I want that chair. So then I started thinking about the chair, and thinking of sitting in the chair with my great grandmother. That is what made me warmly nostalgic. And I texted my mum saying, "Can I have the chair?" And
Yeah.
she said, "It's already in the will."
Oh, that's
To
nice. So
you,
you got
or
it
someone
coming.
else?
For me,
Oh, thank God for that.
it's good. But
It's
my
in the
mum, my
will.
mum's, she's only 48, so she's not. Hopefully, she's not going to snuff it anytime soon. So I'm waiting a long time for the chair.
Yeah, but you'll know you'll
Yeah.
get it. Like it's locked in. It's just a
Yeah,
waiting
yeah,
game
it's
now.
locked in. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've got to be honest. Got to make sure that that's a properly checked will, because I don't know if that text is going to stand up in court when all of your cousins and siblings inevitably sue you for the chair.
Yeah.
No, it's already in the will.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We're good.
And I should say, a rocking chair is a real class act. I used
Oh,
to have.
it's so great.
Yeah, I used to have a rocking chair, and I rocked it to smithereens. I rocked it until it absolutely fell apart. And
She rocked me all night long.
well,
That's
was covered
neither
in-
demure nor mindful of you.
She
Sure.
rocked me. She rocked me all night long.
I think rocking chairs are very demure and very mindful, actually.
No, but it's not demure or mindful to rot them to smithereens.
No.
Well, I
no,
suppose not. I mean,
It implies you've been going a bit too hard on the rocking chair, young
Yes.
man.
okay. Well, I didn't think I was going to get interesting. Okay, is it demure and mindful to make your mom think about her own death and try and make sure a chair gets allocated to you? Is that demure? Let's talk about my inheritance. If we're pointing
Listen.
rocking chair fingers.
Molly's sitting here like the Fates in Hercules, looking at her mother's mortal thread with the scissors,
Yeah.
being like,
Big time, big time.
And then
mean,
Sean's smashing up chairs with powerful forward and backward moves. And I'm just chilling, skippity
I
toilet.
just get excited watching the horse races. Well, I think we've all become friends. We're all calm. We're all in. We're calm.
Mhm.
Oh, and lastly, of course, we need to introduce ourselves to the chat.
What
Chat.
chat? What are you saying to the chat? Okay.
I've got to sort of move chat's text box around because I'm not going to move the subway surfers. At the
No.
moment, we have no rules to worry about other than every answer must be spoken in brain rot.
Mhm.
And we've proven to everyone that we're completely fluent in that. So, are you both ready to move on to round one?
Yes.
Yes, Queen.
So, for the first round, it's an all play. Everyone gets to give one answer to a question that will have a numerical or possibly date based answer. And this lets everyone get their minds warmed up. So, as is standard, I will be pulling a topic from the chat generated topics. And as you've seen from the small talk, they really are all over the place in terms of quality, but also in terms of viability. Sometimes I pull things out and they're just aspects of my own personal life that I'm not willing to ask questions about or could expect the chat to know about. So here we go. Round one. Our topic will be on when plus cow. Brilliant. Perfect. Okay, as I use these planet-destroying technology to generate 10 specifically medium difficulty quiz questions on the subject of cow that uses the word when but has a numerical answer. Okay.
If not, sorry, can I just say,
Yeah.
if not cow, when?
If not cow, when? That's very good. That's very good. Did we enjoy that, chat?
I would hope so, because I don't know if I'm going to reach those heights again. If not cow, when? If not moo, then who?
This is very good. You just reached the heights just straight away. You found the second footfall handhold on the cliff face.
It's going to break down very fast. I may never speak again, frankly.
Okay, well, there's still the rest of the stream to get through. These are all fairly reasonably questions. These are all fairly reasonable questions about cow farming and the history of cow farming and the life cycle of the cow. I'm just thinking which of these are in any way fun or interesting. No, let's go for this. It's not. When you hear this, you'll be like, well, this is sort of a dry and uninteresting question about cows. But let me tell you, this is the cream of the crop. What is the average gestation period of a cow in days? Now, the way this is going to work, chat has this thing called collective typing. They are going to be using that. And at any time, yourself, Mary or Molly, you can answer. And then when everyone has answered, I will give the correct answer. And whoever's closest gets the points.
Okay. Right.
We can just go whenever. Just say whenever.
You can just go whenever, yeah.
I'm gonna go 60 days.
60 days. So what would that be in months?
It's 2 months ish.
So you're thinking like significantly less than a person.
Yeah, is that wrong? I feel like most animals it's less than a person.
Humans take their time.
It's
So,
true.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay.
listen, to me, just I'm looking at the stream window and I can see my eyes going down. To me, cows are quirked up white boys goaded with the sauce,
Fuck.
and therefore, I must say it's a sleigh, and it is 6 months, or in days. That's a sturdy Subway Surfers.
Fuck's sake. Mary, you've won already because I didn't follow the rules, so
I just don't know what it is.
it doesn't matter what you say at this point.
In days, what is 6 months?
Because I'm wrong by not following the rules, so I fucked it.
It was like the first round of a Simon Says, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really truly was. Yeah.
I was gonna say 6 times 30. Is that like 100 and? What is 6 times 30?
6 times 30 would be 150, right?
150. So that's it. That's it in days. Bam.
Okay, so for Molly, I've put 60 days, no brain rot, and Mary, 150 days plus lots of brain rot. Because I'm not going to write down everything you said verbatim, but I saw that there was brain rot, and I think that's fair enough. Okay, and then we'll just see how chat's getting on. They've managed to write 26 so far, but of course, as they scrabble to remember that they need brain rot, we'll sort of see. So there's an R coming in. That could be the beginning of Riz. Oh, so I'll explain to you what you're seeing here. So this is a type of polling system that allows chat to type one character at a time by sort of voting for characters. And if any character at the moment, it's proportionate to the chat's current size. But I think if any vote gets 3, it goes in. So
Because last time I seem to remember they had an elected representative.
Oh, did they? They almost never chose that. They often chose a thing called.
Yeah, Oracle of Truth, I believe, was the representative.
Oh, I believe they're called biracial of truth.
Biracial of truth. Biracial truth. I don't know if the light can tell, if the camera's going to tell, but I am genuinely blushing.
Oh, sorry. I won't bring that up anymore. If it helps
No,
you,
you should. It's funny.
if it helps you at all, Oracle's been teased relentlessly about potential foul play during a fishing competition that happened almost a year ago. So
Okay.
we do like to josh around here. So 269 Riz. Okay, yep, I'll accept that. That's an item of brain rot. I will have to move the subway surface now, though. Okay, 269 Riz. I can now reveal that a cow average gestation period is 283 days.
Oh, way longer than I thought.
Yeah, cows are actually.
I was like wrong on all levels.
But you were the sacrificial lamb. You went
Yeah,
first so that
the
people could
sacrificial
see.
calf, you might say. Yeah.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look nice. So, oh, what the heck?
You pondering
So-
something?
Or win by a million miles then?
Sorry?
Chat, is this real? Have chat won?
Chat, is this real? Yes, chat gets the points because 269 is closer to 283. And of course they included Riz, which sadly is a piece of brain rot. However, points come and points go, but we can go straight into another right now. Our next topic is going to be who plus how long do you reckon a pillow you can get? What? What does that sentence mean? How long do you reckon a pillow you can... How should I interpret that?
It's not for you to interpret, surely. Surely
Oh,
you
yeah.
just put that
That's
into,
up for ChatGPT,
into
isn't
the
it?
planet-destroying LLM and let them figure it out.
We do sometimes have to put things in here. Due to me obeying the rules of the own game, I have to put things in that produces absolute nonsense, and it really just becomes a numerical guessing game.
Okay.
We'll see.
See how
We'll
we go.
see. If I don't understand it, I don't know. Oh, okay. No, yeah, sure. It's because I've asked for 10 questions. I always ask for 10, and then I harvest whatever I think is coherent. It's really just interpret this broadly on the topic of pillow longevity, which of course manufacturers do provide guidance on that has probably then been PDFified and fed into the LLM. So we're back on track.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, we're definitely on track. I've never felt more secure in the direction the game is going. Let's do it.
Thank God.
Yeah. Rev up those fryers.
Yeah, let him cook.
I'm good.
Oh, you'll like this. How often should you wash your pillow to keep it clean in months?
Oh.
A lot of people are going to tell on themselves here.
Yeah, this feels like a trap.
Yeah.
I'll be
Tell me
honest.
you don't wash your pillowcase often enough without telling me you don't wash your pillowcase often enough.
Right. Okay.
Wait, is it? Sorry, can you clarify, Sean? Was it pillow or pillowcase? Because that's wildly different.
Oh God. Oh, it is pillow. Sorry, it is pillow. But no
Fine.
one's put an answer in so far. Apologies to chat who's already entered in the letter G. I don't know how they were answering this question beginning with the letter G.
If I had to guess, I'm saying they're going to
Gat.
say
Yes. It's going to be like Gat 10 or something.
yeah. Listen. Okay.
Look, I think it's going to be one of those things where the manufacturer will suggest a more frequent wash than anybody would realistically do.
Okay.
I think the manufacturer is saying it's cringe if you if you don't wash your pillow more than once every 3 months, no cap.
Once every 3 months? What the Sigma? This this is camera head, man, to me. You make me feel like I'm drinking a Grimace shake. I'm gonna say washing your full pillow. I think it. Call me an iPad kid, but I'm going for 6 months.
Just put in 6 months, lots of brain rots. Just because there are so many items of brain rots. It's too much to reasonably include. And chat have also gone with GAT 6. Perfect. GAT 6 sounds like a group that was falsely imprisoned. Okay, I am happy to announce it is in fact 6 months. According to this LLM. There's no way of extracting where it got this information or guidance from. And
also, that is I might be telling on myself, but that is still way more often than anyone washes their pillows. Like, not pillowcase, but like the pillow itself. When's that getting washed ever?
No, for sure.
yeah, I just let them go brown and then I leave them by a motorway. I think that's the norm.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that is telling on yourself.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
go
we ought not to
straight from
fly
the
tip
hard
for-
shoulder to John Lewis, and I've got new pillows.
Yeah.
And the people of the town just think that you're trying to protect against car accidents by adding padding to the side of the road.
Yeah, I got the idea from the easy lane in bowling. Because it's a draw, I'm happy to give Mary and Chat a point each.
Nice.
But now everything can change because we're going to go into our first rules round.
Mm-hmm.
So going in reverse score order, Molly, currently trailing, but now you have the chance to change everything. Would you like to spend a non-existent point to make a new rule in the game?
Oh my god.
Now that's a protest and a half. That makes the point very clear.
Molly! Molly, come back. I can see you in the kind of
Yeah,
in the back room, as it were. Oh no, she's gone again.
It booted me out, like, as you asked me.
Did you catch the whole question? Are you ready to sort of... Oh.
Oh no.
I think give her the speed at which she's been returning. I think it's not worth moving on to something else.
No. I think you could just kind of have me and...
This is good. Yeah, should we do this? Yeah, this is great. Yeah, this is good. And I'll make Subway Surfers bigger at the same time. Yeah, who...
Yes.
Oh, I'm obscuring Molly. Hello.
Hi, Molly. She's frozen in fear.
Yeah, it is quite scary when Subway Surfers gets that big. If it was anything else, I'd just find a way around it and go to the next person to sort of pad, but it's... Oh.
Okay, well, I can
I think
see
we've got...
her
Yeah.
in the meeting room, in the back rooms. That's
Oh,
brilliant.
back rooms, that's very good.
Backrooms is kind of fun. That's kind of shared mythology in like a kind of a creepypasta way.
It did go. There is it's not quite one of the things people consider like the main properties of brain rot, but the idea of like doing a meme to death really fast seems very important to brain rot as well. Backrooms are
Yes.
very good, but there's like everything under the sun has had a backrooms version.
Yeah, like.
What's wrong with a good old-fashioned labyrinth?
Hmm.
Yeah, like we used to have.
Yeah. What's wrong with just sharing around a .jpeg of some creepypasta?
Yeah.
In 4chan? What's wrong with that?
What's
Tell you
wrong with
what.
just getting lost at school?
What's wrong with just getting into a van because someone has sweets?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Apart from all the things that are wrong with it.
Yeah, should say to anyone watching, just a
To
quick
anyone
disclaimer.
watching, I am
Yeah.
a big fan of children staying out of vans,
Yeah.
unless around them is more unsafe than the van.
I was going to say, yeah, the van's not the problem. It's the
That's true,
lurers,
that's
it's
true.
the snatchers.
I would like
Yeah.
to clarify that I am not against vans on a moral level. I believe vans like guns or weed, not guns, weed. Vans like weed should be allowed but regulated.
Yeah. Okay. And we are
Guns.
an anti-child snatcher.
We are anti-child snatcher.
Yeah,
For
just
some
wanna-
reason, I
just
heard we
wanna
are
clarify.
anti-child Snapchat.
Yes.
I thought, yeah, but what? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I run a Snapchat on behalf of an antique child.
No.
Old boy.
I keep taking him to that what's that show on the BBC where they fix the broken antiques?
Where they fix them.
Yeah, it's called the fucking what is it called? Anyway, just you should take your antique child there. Does anyone repair shop? Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat.
Oh, very
Chat is
nice.
as well if you knew.
Do we have a Molly back?
Hi.
Molly.
I think we might. I'm sorry if I freeze.
You're
Am
all
I-
in motion.
Can I be heard?
You are in motion.
We can see you, we can
Okay,
hear you.
all right.
Don't worry if things. But thank you very much for your valiant effort in returning.
Yes. It was Sigma behavior. Okay, I'm going to stop
No
now.
worries.
Sorry, Sean. You carry on.
You can still hear me okay?
Oh, I've frozen again.
You're okay.
You're either on purpose moving very slowly or you're still having internet trouble.
I think she might be moving very
And
slowly.
again.
No, I think the internet
I
is.
feel like my
And-
ping, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think your connection's real bad. In fact, I'm looking at the
I think
your
we'll
internet health, and it's.
see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll have to. Well, are you interested in creating a rule? You have no points, but if you.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. You're
Sean and
not
I
in
are
charge of
driving.
your internet service provider.
I'm trying to make a joke about BBC Repair Shop and an antique child. We're having a lovely time.
Maybe I'll just give Molly a bit more time, and we'll just come back to her at the end of the rules round.
Cool.
And there's lots of empty rule slots. It shouldn't really make any strategic difference. Mary, would you be interested in making a rule, or even overwriting the existing rule we do have?
I would really like to override the brain rule.
Yes,
Please.
that's understandable.
I would like to spend my point, and I would. Can I just undo the rule, or do I need to replace it with a rule?
I mean, you could put I have to write something. I guess I could write nothing.
No. Let's not do that. I'll. Can I say that when you give an answer, you have to do it with a genuine, warm smile?
Yeah. How about all answers must be delivered with a genuine warm smile?
Genuine, warm smile. And chat, that means that what they'll need to do is some form of. Can they do an emoji with the thing? Can they do like a colon and a bracket?
Are you accepting an emoji as containing the same amount of warmth as an emoticon?
I guess I would not normally, but I'm working with, the thing for me, and I would imagine new is that the normal game remains accessible, and I think it's an accessibility feature that the emoji has a smile. If it's just us and it wasn't a risk of pushing others out, I would say no, God no, Jesus no, don't ever bring that up to me as a suggestion ever again. But within the parameters of the game, it's understandable.
Who would you be worried would be? Who would the normal game be made inaccessible to if you had a strong preference for emoticons over emojis? What group are you concerned about?
Well, for emoticons over emojis.
Or either or. I'm just interested to hear more about this, really.
Okay, well, I guess I was talking about emojis and emoticons in one sort of lump. Chat not being able to have a face for us. Their face.
No, I see.
Many-headed, the snakes of Medusa like beast. It will probably be quite horrifying. Biblically accurate chat feels like it might be an unpleasant image, but I do love chat. I love them to bits. Them and all their biracial truths. I think that between emojis and emoticons, there is something about the fact that an emoticon requires more effort.
Okay, yeah.
It's a bit like how it takes more muscles to smile than to frown.
Yeah, and to kill than to heal.
And to kill than to heal.
Yeah.
And what that means to me is that, this is requiring a concentrated effort.
Yeah.
Does
that mean you feel there's more sincerity in an emoticon that has a nose?
I feel that
because I hate those.
You do?
Yeah, I used to know someone who would always use a lowercase o to put a big clown nose in the middle of every emoticon, and I despised it. And it was always off center as well, because the way that the o would sit on the line meant it's not really hovering in between the eyes of the colon.
That's
Horrible.
Demented behavior.
Here we go. Look at these.
I mean, I was going to say that sticking the nose in, like putting like a little line, like the hyphen, that suggests a kind of charming vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
But it is the zero, for some reason, takes that into deliberately twee.
Yeah.
And that I cannot abide.
Yeah.
I think Molly kind of joined in the back room and then she disappeared.
Yes, I'm keeping tabs on it. It's just one of those things that may stabilize, or may not. But in the meantime, I can at least ask chat. Do you want a rule? And then they can answer with yes or no. And chat, you have 60 seconds to answer, I think. So 1 for yes, 2 for no. If I know chat, and I don't really, I know them all, but I can't predict them. They're probably just going to try and put the brain rot rule back in.
Yeah. I really should have put a sort of cancelling thing on the brain rot.
Well, what I'm hoping is that by predicting this, because I do know chat, they'll hear me saying this and be like, no, it wasn't, and they'll do something else. But only because I've said this. But now that I've admitted that was my plan, we've gone back to...
I don't know. I think... I feel like they might ask for the Subway Surfers.
Yeah, without the slang. Just show me the video.
They just want the Subway Surfers. Or maybe they want to say, sack off normal game, and and Mary goes home and it's just Sean watching Subway Surfers. Because there are those Twitch streams where it's, and like the content farming people where they just watch the videos and they're supposedly reacting, but they are inexpressive.
Mm-hmm.
That could be you.
Yeah. I can do this. I was talking about pogging the other day. Do you know about pogging?
No, I don't know about pogging.
Do you know the react face, like the Mr. Beast react face? Like where he's like on a YouTube thumbnail of like, what?
Yes.
pogging is very Twitchified. It's based on like a Twitch emote, but it's like, have you ever seen like a soy jack style outline of someone like pointing into the background going,
Yes, 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 yes.
that act is called pogging because you're doing the pog
Oh.
face. So pogging is the act of like, for a thumbnail, pointing while gasping.
Oh, wow.
In fact, this is the current pog face here because whoever the original pog was turned out to be bad. I don't know. They're associated with live streaming culture, so they've probably killed a lot of people.
They've probably committed some sort of dreadful crimes against humanity. Oh man.
Just for a bit of context that perhaps only me and Mary can appreciate, is that Molly is appearing in our private chat, just desperately clutching their head with I can't hear her currently, but I assume being like, what's going on?
I mean, who's Kevin Topping? Whoever he is. I
Oh,
hate
yeah.
his car skills. I'm going to use this chance before the before the round starts to slag off his car skills as hard as I can, or CPR skills. His CPR
Yeah.
skills are woke. They're the woke left. He, they are subpar. They do not bring people back. He is Death's best friend. He Kevin Topping. They call him Topping because he tops every what? No, actually, back off from that one, Flanigan. Anyway, point is that he's shit at saving lives. I don't know who he is.
So you're like denouncing this in the
Well, I
hope that
still
chat
have a
won't
chance.
let to. Yes, of course, you're getting out your system
Yeah,
before we
'cause
go
I
on
have
to
a
the.
lot of built-up frustration against Kevin Topping.
Do you think it would help if I looked up who Kevin Topping is? Just briefly have a little.
I mean, just make sure he's not just a sex pest. Let's just double check.
He looks like, I mean, there may be others, but the first result is a LinkedIn page, and he's the emergency planning manager. The emergency planning manager at Lancashire City Council. Who put this in? Is this a work gripe that spilled into the show? Do you know what? It's B&M Bandit. I think they probably do mean he was in 999. Is that a TV show?
B&M
Or are you
Bandit.
saying that?
I remember B&M Bandit from the last time. Oh, Kid M. Carnes, nice to see you in the chat. Yes. And someone's added it to let's bring back left swipe, right swipe. Yes. Me and Kate M. Kearns we did a double act in Belfast for all of like 20 seconds.
Nice.
And we were called left swipe, right swipe.
Oh, that was the double act name. That's
That was
very
the
good.
double act name. And we would point at each other and be like, left swipe, right swipe, or the other way around. Whatever way
Who
was
got to be which one? Or was that a difficult conversation to have?
No, that was the thing, because we were both pointed at ourselves for who would be the good one, and then
Oh,
pointed
I
at
see.
everyone. Yeah, so it was our best bit was Kate M. Kearns had an old keyboard that played this really like weird lo-fi version of I Think I Better Leave Right Now by what's his face, Will Young. But
Nice.
it was like and we like smashed food into our faces to that.
Oh, very good. That's very good.
It was in a old artist's it was in an artist's like loft somewhere in Belfast that I think has since been torn down. I make it sound like it happened in like the 80s in the factory, like some sort of
this
Warhol
sounds
thing.
good.
It was very, very lame. And of course, yes, their current beau had actually seen us at one of those gigs, which just goes to show that's how you bag a man by smashing cake into your face.
That's how you reel them in.
That's how you reel him in. Okay. Money.
Okay, it looks like chat has made their decision. It is random mall phrase. Now, I know what they mean by that because this was something they discovered and were amused by last week. I've got this little script which is a randomizer, and chat are able to put things into it. And the thing they put in the most is things that I've said on the stream taken wildly out of context.
Okay.
And what they would like is for me to pull one of those out of the randomizer and then interpret that somehow into being a rule, which puts a lot of work back on me. But I guess that's what we're going to do. So random mall phrase. This will be our next rule added into rule slot 2. In what sense could the following be a rule? We want to find humans, then disambiguate to women, and then make them small. So this sounds like Wikipedia.
Okay.
In fact, maybe I was talking about Little Women. So what does this mean?
We want to find women. You have to name a woman.
What if you have to name a woman with a relatively small Wikipedia page?
Oh, nice. Yes.
And to find out what counts as relatively small, I will on the side get ChatGPT to find out the average Wikipedia length and just then make sure that the page is less than that. That seems quite challenging.
Yes.
But you're going to miss you're going to miss brain rot after this. All answers must contain the name of a woman with a relatively small Wikipedia page.
Now, you can see the back rooms, right? Again.
Yes, I can. Thank you for alerting me. Molly, I'm just bringing you back in. It should refresh.
Go on, Molly.
Hello.
Molly!
I'm hoping that I stay. I can't promise anything, I'm afraid.
It's
I've
a
gone
miracle.
from room to room. I'm back for now. Sorry, guys.
Thank you very much for your courageous effort. Many would have thrown in the towel, and I am so grateful that you've kept at it and you have returned.
I keep moving my head to see if my picture's moving, and it's moving. We're good. Could you give me a summary of what's happened since I've been on?
Yes.
How dare you, Molly? How very dare you?
In your absence, 2 new rules have been added. So the brain rot rule is gone because it was deeply unpopular. And a rule has been added that all answers must be delivered with a genuine warm smile.
Yes. Yeah, I did catch that. And then the other one is women with a small Wikipedia page.
Yes, all answers must contain the name of a woman with a relatively small Wikipedia page. And I think...
No!
Oh, no!
Molly!
Well, at least when she returns, we don't need to catch her up. Oh.
I see her. She's so beautiful.
Hello.
Hi, Molly. Molly.
Molly, can you see or hear us?
Molly, you can be seen. I can hear you. Molly, can you hear me? What is that song? Is it Father, Can You Hear Me?
I'm not really sure what song you're singing, to be honest.
Well, some musical theater nerd in the chat will know what I'm doing. What is that song? Father, can you... Papa? Was B&M Bandit saying?
I have looked up averages, and I'm going to say any woman with a Wikipedia page of under 3,000 words counts.
Under 3,000?
Yeah, and I think that's actually kind of generous, but...
Yes, I believe so.
But I've been heard that people struggle to name a woman, so I'm trying to make it playable for all the for people like. I don't want to name anyone.
But
Name a woman. I've just been
Name a
challenged to
woman.
name a woman.
Yeah, go on.
What? Any woman?
Any woman.
Georgia O'Keeffe. That's my one.
Nice. No,
Yeah.
nice.
Am I safe?
Yeah.
Am I still in?
That she has a larger than normal. I think she has a fairly hefty Wikipedia page.
Oh yeah, of course. I forgot about my own rule. Can I play? Can I spin again? Can I spin again?
Yeah, go on.
Because this is going to be a huge This is a huge Wikipedia page.
Yes.
I'm going to say. Sabrina Carpenter, is she famous?
She's very famous.
She
You
famous?
fool.
Oh Jesus! It's tough, this, isn't it?
What's a thing that you know about that not many people know about?
A woman that other people don't know about.
Like coding. Is there a woman who's in coding that might have a small Wikipedia page? Okay, that's right. You're right. You're right. But Molly, you can be heard, and I would like you to stop hiding women. If you can't name a woman, can you at least show a face? God damn it! You bring Molly up, and then you start hiding my sister. There you
Hello, Molly. Welcome back.
go. Now, Molly,
Again, I
for the
can't
love of
promise
God,
anything.
Before your
I
internet
put
goes
my
again,
phone on the windowsill, hoping that will help.
give us a rule. Give us a rule. We need it.
Only if you
need
wish
a
to
rule?
make one. Only if you wish to make.
Okay.
The option to make a rule is yours.
I did have an idea. The answer is invalid if it includes any words that weren't in the dictionary in 1963.
This is very different to the rule we started with. If they contain words that weren't in the dictionary, what did you say? 1963.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's in. And I'm
Nice.
going to. You've bought a rule. Chat. Everyone's bought a rule. Chat bought a rule. And now, with these rules in place, and while we have you, let us move on to round number 2.
Okay. Bueno.
Okay, this round will be everyone gets a question each. Initially, I will roll a topic. You can see what that topic is, and you have one opportunity to mulligan. You can see it and think, I don't know anything about that. Let's roll again. And then it could be better for you. It could be worse for you. I will give you one question, receive one answer. Then we move on. Everyone gets one question, and then we move on to the next round. That all sound comprehensible?
Yes. Will you go
think
over
so.
the rules again once before we answer?
Yes, I was just in fact going to ask a clarifying question that I've just seen from Josie Russell in chat, but we'll go through them all. Number 1, all answers must be delivered with a genuine warm smile. Rule number 2, all answers must contain the name of a woman with a relatively small Wikipedia page, which I'm defining as under 3,000 words. And rule 3, answers are invalid if they contain words that weren't in the dictionary in 1963. So, a good Pete asks, how does Sean know about a mulligan? Because when you draw your first 7 cards in Magic the Gathering, you're allowed to go down to 6 if you want to try again and you don't like your starting hands. That's how I know about the word mulligan. How do you know about it, Pete? Something to do with sports. Josie Russell asks, does that mean you can't say people's names? Like, does that mean we're going to struggle with like businesses and stuff like that? And I'm
No,
happy for the
because
answer to be-
I think proper nouns are exempt.
Proper nouns are exempt, so that involves trademarks.
Yeah, any trademark or person's name or
Okay.
anything like that.
So someone could say Rory Kinnear and Blue Tack in their answer, and that's still fine.
Yeah, because those things wouldn't be in the dictionary now either.
Yeah. Blue Tack might be.
Possibly, but
I don't think you can
I
use
don't
it in
think they
Scrabble.
put brand names in the dictionary. No.
Yeah, you're right. Although sometimes it does happen, like Hoover, I think might be in the dictionary. It does happen. You can make the leap.
Whereas, for example, internet wouldn't have been in the dictionary in 1963, but would be now.
Really good point. Yeah, so I'm guessing Skibbity is out.
Skibbity out.
Yeah.
Has Wikipedia made that leap yet?
Oh, I don't. Well, maybe Google. Is Google in the dictionary? Because if Google is, then Wikipedia might be on the way. Is Google in the dictionary? Can I just search a question like that?
I'm already regretting this rule.
No, it's very good. Look at all the discussions we're having.
Yeah, this is
Look at how
fantastic.
confused we are.
You don't understand. This is content, babe.
Yeah, this is great. Okay. Mary, you're up first. Here is your first topic, and you may mulligan.
Okay.
DuckTales for the NES, the PAL version.
With the greatest respect to my ducktail brethren, I've got a mulligan.
That's very, very fair. So, I want to ask, after we've seen the new topic, was the mulligan correct? Were you correct to mulligan? Because your new topic, which you now can't do anything about,
Yep. It is what it is.
Malstream law. So that's much crueler than DuckTales, because you could probably make just a guess about DuckTales. And of course, ChatGPT can't possibly generate anything on this.
Well, such are the cruel twists of fate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of the stuff people are putting in is truly bananas when you consider that people have to answer these. So I put it into. I've put this. There's two options we can go. One is I could just genuinely fish something out of my own memory and format it into a question for Mary. The alternative is that we go with what ChatGPT is making, and it is decided that ChatGPT is a long-running fantasy series of books, and it is asking questions about the law of, a generic, made-up-on-the-spot fantasy book series. So, Molly, which route do you think I should go down, considering you are Mary's rival?
Could you go over them again?
Yeah, so the topic is Malstream law, which just refers to like things that happen in these streams at any time. I obviously ChatGPT is not capable of knowing. And so what ChatGPT has done is it's decided that Malstream refers to like a long-running fantasy series, a la Wheel of Time and Brandon Sanderson and all that stuff, and is asking questions about this made-up world it's just made up. Or I could just remember a deep cut from my own memories of being more.
No, I think we have to rely on the LLM, because also if we've wasted the water now, so it has to be.
That's a good point.
I mean, we have to use it.
Yeah, if the planet's not getting hotter for nothing, we're using all of this.
Exactly.
Okay, so which of these feels like it wouldn't be? Which is the least unfair of these to give to Mary? Okay, yeah, sure. This one.
Just trying to not let my bitterness over the misplaced mulligan to overwhelm my genuine warm smile.
That's fair.
Because this is my face inside.
What material is essential for crafting the enchanted armor that can withstand dragonfire in Malstream lore?
Yeah.
This is the nicest one of 10.
Okay. And the okay. Maggie, you've come in at just the right time.
Yes, arguably.
Okay.
Mary, could you talk us through what you're thinking, like how you are approaching this? How is this an approachable question?
Well, I'll be honest, my first instinct was to make an answer that would somehow reference actual moral stream lore, such as I am aware of it. I.e., I would have mentioned like egg. Remember egg? Remember when everybody kept saying egg in the chat?
Yeah, I remember egg.
Sorry to send you to a Vietnam flashback, Sean. But that is unlikely to be chat's answer. So I might go for something that kind of sounds vaguely fantasy-ish. The question is, would something like dwarven, elfin, etc. be in the dictionary in 1963?
Yeah. It's almost like this is impossible, isn't it?
Well, you know what? Listen, nothing is impossible if you believe. Okay. And I'm also
Because what if the answer is something that wasn't in the dictionary in 1963? Like,
yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
I'm just going to. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Whenever you're ready, Mary. I mean, I'm pretty. I shouldn't say this as the host and question master, but I don't see a way out of this for you. I don't see how you could come away with this with a point.
Okay. As Elizabeth McCracken
Okay.
might have said, the material that is essential is elfin steel.
You were so close. It was dragon steel.
I can't believe that I thought of something like dragon or dragonbane and then thought, no, that's too obvious, forgetting it's a large language model. Its whole thing is to be obvious.
I was trying to throw you a real bone because dragon steel resists dragon fire, and I thought maybe you'd have a chance of guessing that.
You know what I did? I came as close as I was ever going to come.
Yeah.
You know.
Listen, this in no way reflects on your ability. It was an impossible
you.
question.
That's understandable.
You managed to get Elizabeth McCracken in there. You did very, very well. Essentially, you were put in a situation that can only be described as completely unfair.
That's all right.
Who is McCracken? I want to know.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Elizabeth
Who is
McCracken
she?
was a suffragette from the early 20th century in Belfast.
Love it.
And I can also confirm that her Wikipedia page is only 410 words. That's really good. Well done. Okay, valiant effort. Chat, I'm going to do you guys next because you take a little longer to answer due to your quirky writing system. So first, I'm going to find you a topic, and then you can choose whether you want it or whether you want to mulligan. Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who. Paul, do you want
I want
to...
that.
answer a question about Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who or Mulligan. And your choices are Who or Mulligan. Hello, Cressup. Okay, is anyone... Look,
Oh, hi, Crescent. I
It
watch
looks like
Crescent's
it's-
stream all the time.
yeah, we're all fans of Cressup. A little shout out to Cressup.
Oh, shout out to Crescent.
For daring to say hello.
Oh, scary.
The temerity of saying hello. Okay, I think that's our first vote in favour of Chris Chibnall. Do you understand, chat? Did you not see how it went for Mary? That some of these are impossible, and this is about a concrete topic. I mean, is there such a thing as Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who? Is Chris Chibnall a real person? Yeah, he is. So you got so much better than the average here. This is a real topic in the world.
Unfortunately, he is. Am I right, chat?
Come on.
Oh.
Okay, chat. You instead are getting this topic and you can do nothing about it. Anechoic chamber. Okay. So... anechoic chambers that use the words when. Okay, I've got to find one of these. I always, when it's a difficult topic, I do my very best to read through the questions and go, which of these could a human being reasonably answer? And with anechoic chambers, let me say, it's none of them. It is none of them unless this is a subject you did a PhD on.
Yeah, well. Oh, I also wonder how they're going to manage to mention a woman
Yes.
with their typing system.
Oh god.
Yeah. Well, let's just put this in and see how it goes. So,
Yes.
your question is, when spending time in an anechoic chamber, what effect can extended silence have on individuals? You have to write that out character by character and follow these 3 rules. Luckily, this is going to just be baking away in the oven for a while, and we're going to go on to Molly's question and just see what's happening over there. Just let them work on that as a project on the side.
Beautiful.
So, Molly, while they get on with that, are you ready to...
Yeah.
So your first potential topic is... Oh, it's partially obfuscated by chat's writing. Keith Chegwin.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking it. Yeah, straight away.
You happy with that?
Checkers. Let's do it. Yeah.
Because you've got the benefit of seeing, you know, what the spectrum of topics could be like.
Yeah.
This is one
And
of the
like
more
I know
friendly.
who Keith Chegwin is.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with his work.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Okay, I'm just going to read you out a question answer combo that I'm not going to go with, but that make me laugh on sight. The first question that it considers a medium difficulty quiz question about Keith Chegwin is, why and how did Keith Chegwin earn the nickname Cheggers? Do you want to hear the answer? It's a playful shortening of his last name.
Oh.
I drink water while that was happening.
Oh.
So dumb. My father uses cheggers as slang for pregnant
Oh,
Wow.
because it
cheggers.
rhymes with preggers. He said, "Oh, she's cheggers."
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
She's just pregnant and Keith's the father.
How women get chagnant. Chat has answered their question. Now that is, they've locked that in as their answer. Can you just see that in the top left? Just for the avoidance of doubt, it's just a smiley face. It's just a colon and closed bracket.
I see.
I will be declaring whether that's correct or not when I get to them.
Okay.
I'm going to remove the question word "why" from these Keith Chegwin things because the question answer and you'll see why, because I'm going to tell you some of the question answers. Why was it controversial for Keith Chegwin to host the show Naked Jungle? Because he had to get naked. Why?
He didn't know. That's wrong because the controversy was that the contestants were meant to be naked, and then Keith said, "Can I be naked too?"
Is that true?
And so it was weird that he was naked as well. It was as though what's she called? The girlie who hosts Naked Attraction. Like if she did that naked, it would be really weird. And that's what Cheggers did essentially. Anyway, sorry.
You do actually know about Keith Chegwin. I thought this was
A
all
little
bravado.
A little bit. Not as much as I know about Chris Chibnall though, sadly.
Now we're varying between too easy and much too hard specific biographical details on Keith Chegwin. Okay, Molly, your question. In fact, let me adjudicate Chat's answer, and then I'll provide your question. Chat, you did deliver it with a genuine warm smile. You did not name a woman, and you. I don't. It's the jury's out on whether or not you used words that were in the dictionary in 1963. You definitely used punctuation that existed would be formally recognised in 1963, but you didn't. Crucially, before anything else comes into play, you didn't answer the question or attempt to answer the question. I would have accepted disorientation, dizziness, loneliness, fear, paranoia, a loss of hearing, anything, but this is just a smiley face. So you did your very best. I've got nothing bad to say about your answer, but I can't award it. Molly, your question is...
Okay, let's hear it.
You don't have to get this word perfect,
Okay.
but I'll accept a close enough. In 2007, Keith Chegwin voiced himself in a British video game that satirized British culture. What was the name of this game?
God, I have no idea. Voiced himself in a video game. I know nothing about video games, unfortunately.
Well, this isn't something that anyone who knew anything about video games would have heard of in their entire life, because it's a specifically Keith Chegwin branded tie-in media property.
Oh. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna guess then.
Mhm.
I'm gonna guess. And look. Let's have a little think. Okay. It's the women thing. I'm struggling with that. How to
Are
make
you
it relevant.
finding it harder to name a woman than to name a Keith Chegwin party game?
Yeah. It's linking it to the answer. Okay. I don't know why I keep saying okay as if I've thought of something.
It's so, from my perspective, it's so fun seeing people they're really thinking about the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. The actual things that you're having to do in your brain are so wildly pointless, and yet they're very taxing, aren't they?
Yeah. So Keith Chegwin obviously popular in the latter part of the 20th century, at a similar time to Doctor Who actress Nicola Bryant. I think he would have released a game in conjunction with something else he was doing, and I think the game was called Cheggers Plays Pop.
It was a very, very good guess. Nicola Bryant has 1,369 words in
Nice,
her
okay.
Wikipedia, but unfortunately, it was called Cheggers Party Quiz.
Ah! Okay.
Did anyone in chat know that? And if you've never seen it
Because
before,
Cheggers Plays Pop was his TV show. I was right about that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just going to bring in the box art now, just so that you have seen it.
Oh, yes, please. Oh, wow. For the Wii?
Yes, it was for the Wii exclusive.
Oh, wow.
Look what
That's
they did to
horrendous.
my boy.
What? But
What's going on? What there's no Venn diagram of demography there between Wii users and people who have an interest in Keith Chegwin.
Oh,
You-
I would push back on that, actually. I
Would
think
you?
the Wii
Okay.
balance board brought a lot of
Oh,
people
sure.
with
No, you're
heart
quite
conditions
right.
to the Wii.
Yeah.
And that's the overlap with the Chegwin audience. A lot of people with
You're quite
later
right.
in life heart conditions now are buying a Wii so that they can stand on one foot for 10 minutes in the morning.
Do you think
Yeah, no, you're quite
Sean,
right.
you can get Keith Chegwin's Party Quiz going up behind the game as a replacement for Subway Surfers?
Oh, genius. From one streamer to another, this is content. This is okay. So, and I'll also use my deep internet knowledge to search into YouTube. Keith Chegwin, Cheggers Party Quiz, long play, no commentary. Yeah, there we go. Oh, also, someone's done a long play. It says in brackets, full game. Time,
No.
the length of the video, 10 minutes.
No, Sean, I can't wait. This is too good.
Here we go. It's just got the little. Should we? I'll just mouse in here.
The whole game.
Do you know what? We could just play
This
this
was
quiz
quite-
instead.
It was quite a big thing, though. Do you remember the Buzz quizzes where you got like special controllers? My family were absolutely mad for those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to
I can't
play
read
this?
that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean-
That's fair. It's quite hard to read. Let's.
In which film did the celebrity star?
Yeah, and it's this part up, and it's what?
Oh, he's
Oh,
Canadian.
okay. Which artist is from this
Oh, okay.
country? And then those are your options. Oh, it's going too fast. Of
It's a
course,
speed run.
someone's
Did you-
speed running it. We can't
Did
play.
you-
I didn't realise someone was going for world record here. Never mind, I took it away.
Oh,
It's not a long play, it's a speed. I need to leave a comment under this. This isn't a long
Yes.
play. This is any percent.
No, hold on, Sean. Make it big again. Make it big again. There we go.
Oh, yeah, okay, I spoke too soon. Here he is. Oh, hang on, I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back.
Wow. There he
it's
is.
horrendous.
Just an
Checkers
apology to our
indicator, dog
international
checkers.
audience. This is just important British culture that we need to experience.
My favourite Keith Chegwin moment is when he's on Extras with Ricky Gervais, and Ricky Gervais makes him play himself as a homophobe. It's absolutely horrendous.
I could see that. I could see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh man, I've never seen Extras, but I can't be bothered. I have not. Okay.
Ballsy3
oh.
tipped £1.50.
Someone's tipped
All
something.
answers should give the names of people in a spooky
what
pun
does that
manner.
mean?
Ayla Treehouse of Horror credits.
Okay. Baldy3 has tipped £1.50 to add a rule immediately into the rule auction. And I'm just going to put it here so that we can all read it.
Yes, it is.
And then I'll read it out loud. All answers should give the names of people in spooky pun manner, a la Treehouse of Horror credits. That's a Halloween rule.
That's a Halloween rule.
I think it's good on
So we
its
have
own.
to- we have
Stacked
to-
against these other three, this is
And
absolutely
that
brutal.
applies to the women we're naming as well.
Yes, of course. Of
But
course.
that's a boon there, because if you just worry about Treehouse of Horroring your woman... I don't know. While I was saying that, I'm like, the wording feels wrong here, but I didn't know how to swerve around it. But the woman...
I
when
love
the
to give a woman a good treehouse of horroring after the fun.
That's horrible. I think if it wasn't for the 10 minutes of Keith Chegwin, that would have gone uncommented on. It's just we ended up in the
He's back.
Britosphere. Oh jeez.
He's back.
Well, he'll just pop up. This is worse than Subway Surfers, because rather than sort of a calming looping image, it's questions you can't read, and then occasionally a super deformed Chegwin just pops out of the side of the screen. You've got to pretend to ignore him. Oh boy.
Good grief.
Okay, I think everyone's answered a question there. I don't think anyone got any points, but we certainly had a bit too much fun. So, continuing in reverse point order, Molly, are you interested in making another rule? This will cost you 2 of your -1 points.
No, I think there are too many rules. At the
You would be
moment, so
you would be
no.
at this point overwriting a rule. So if there's one that's doing your head in, this is your opportunity to destroy.
No, you know, I'm all right. I'm all right, actually. I think. Let's
Understandable.
Stick with it. Let's stick with it. If I was going to overwrite one, it would be my own rule about the dictionary words. But you guys seem to like that one, so let's keep it.
In that case, Mary, same question. Interested in the rule?
I think I would I think I will overwrite a rule.
Okay. First, could you tell me which one before you tell me the new rule?
It's going to be between warm smile
Okay.
or woman with ambiguous woman. What was it? Or non-trivial woman.
Non-trivial woman mentioned.
Oh.
Oh.
He's back.
He's gone. False alarm. He was never there.
Well, I was going to say first to spot. I think I am going to overwrite non-trivial woman.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that each question must be followed by a speed round where you try to answer the question currently on the Keith Chegwin video. The Keith Chegwin. Okay.
Yep, okay. Each question must be followed by a speed round where you try to answer the current Cheggers question.
Lest we forget, though, this video is 10 minutes, only 10 minutes long. So are we
Yeah.
going to just roll it again?
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
And I might slow the speed down to make that remotely plausible because it's someone's just barreling through these. Okay, Mary, you have bought a rule. That's put you into -2.
Cool.
Chat,
Hold on.
do you want a rule? You have 60 seconds.
Oh man.
Oh, and my request to Mary and Molly, please don't let chat win.
I mean,
Please don't let them win.
we can only do so much.
True. But I can conspire with you. Okay. I think they're probably not going to get a rule at this rate.
Where are you going, Imperial Halloumi? Oh man. I feel like when I was on this before, I didn't spit up as much water as I have. I keep trying to drink and then just.
That was the cow episode, right? Everything got
Yes.
cow themed for about the last half.
I got Mega Kai. I was so happy.
Oh, and you won with like Rudolph Gemelin?
Yes.
Oh, I want to show you something. One moment.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Oh, Chegwin's back.
Jay! Have you noticed one host left and another host appeared?
Yeah.
It's now Cheg Stream. Cheg Stream, Cheg Stream, Cheg Stream. Sean has been replaced, yeah, by Cheggers. Wait, does the time of the video include credits? Oh, no, it's
Yeah,
not.
it does. Sorry, the thing I was looking for turned out not to be in the spot that I was looking at it for. I ended up with a commemorative stamp of that guy who invented that substance that you won your round with.
Oh shit, I can't even remember. Yeah, I remember like spell. It was something to do. I got him on the spelling of it.
Yeah.
It was very, very close.
Whether it was Gemlin or Gemelin.
Yes. And I said Gemelin. My God.
Okay, chat doesn't want a rule. And I think that means we can just go straight to the next round.
Cool, let's do it. Let's do it.
Answering any of these questions in such a way that you can get a point has become very difficult. But I would say that Mary's question allows someone to get 2 points, right? They've got their own question answer, and then they've got the Cheggers round.
Yeah.
Okay, what's up next round?
Okay. So is that a question or is that...
This is the round. This round is called Connect and Separate. When a player is awarded a point, they are allowed to snap a rule in half or combine 2 rules in whatever manner they like.
Okay.
So I don't know what that's going to add on top of things. Okay. So let's start with chat because they take ages to type things out. Their topic is going to be Josie's. And as an additional prompt, begins with the question word when. Well, there's a lot of Josies in the world.
Papa, can you hear?
Oh, this is a nice one. In what year did Josie Long win Best Newcomer at the Edinburgh Fringe? Thank you, ChatGPT, for a nice one. Chat, you could chew on that. Molly, I'm going to get yours up in the works. Your topic, which I'm afraid you cannot mulligan, is anything but Dragon Ball Z. So that's a very, very wide topic.
Let's do it.
Anything except Dragon Ball Z that uses the question word who? Medium difficulty. Sure. Here are 10 quiz questions on a variety of topics, excluding Dragon Ball Z.
Has it understood that, or is it asking us questions about Dragon Ball Z?
No, it's just asking, honestly, some just very general, middle-of-the-road, general knowledge questions. And none of them are about Dragon Ball Z. Not that any general, middle-of-the-road, general knowledge questions would include that. And honestly, being general, middle-of-the-road, general knowledge questions, I guarantee you know the answer to all of these.
Oh, good. Excellent.
So, I'm going to give
Molly,
one at random.
This is where we got to pull it away from chat. Got all my... A nation turns its weary eyes to you.
Okay.
So, chat has finished their answer. A smiley face. And then to my mind, this says 20,066. That's what it looks like to me, right? And I can see a lot of people in chat saying, fuck, shit, fuck, and then lol, lol, lol. So, I think they're saying the system fucked us because so many people voted for 6. 6 won a round, and then people kept voting for 6. And then the other...
So, yeah.
Given that it was a technical hiccup of a system that I designed imperfectly and would allow people to overflow a vote for a number into 2, I'm gonna say, look, I will be generous. I'll understand that you meant 2006. I can see a genuine warm smile. Is it correct? That's a really good point. Yeah, I forgot that element of it. Is it correct?
Our mutual friend Joe Kent Walters won Best Newcomer this year.
Yeah. Ooh. Congratulations to Joe Kent Walters. If you're out there, if you're alive.
Joe Kent, can you hear me?
Still kind enough to respond to my messages, but now much too busy to meet up with me in any capacity.
You're speaking my language. You're speaking my language, Sean, yeah.
So it'll be followed by a Cheggers round. I don't know how chat's going to do that, honestly. I don't see how that works for chat. Answers are invalid if they contain words that weren't in the dictionary in 1963. Should we also say that we're not counting numbers? Because obviously the dictionary doesn't list every single possible number, because that would be insane. And does it provide a Treehouse of Horror credit style horror pun on someone's name?
I mean, it almost does if they were going 2006-66.
Oh, that would have been so good. That would have been, if they just overflowed it one more time, 2006-66, they'd have a point. So they're saying to me, oh, Sean, we wrote 2 6s by accident. You're almost very welcome. But yeah, I can't give you a point for that because it didn't obey the rule auction. Molly, your question.
Oh, you want to give them the Keith round now, or are you sorry?
Oh yes, no, thank you for keeping me honest. There's lots of plate spinning and how I will forget some of them. So, chat, your next question is. I'll just put it here. What's the answer to Keith's question? And then I'll just show you this. Here you go.
Oh god.
Okay, I mean that's just the rules, though.
Well, okay. What I'll do is Shall
Oh,
I
here we go,
slow
here we
this
go.
down? Shall I like take it to like a tenth of the speed?
There we
I mean,
go.
that's too easy for them, surely.
Oh yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
no,
They've
but
had an
it's
easy
keep-
ride.
Oh, there we go.
To be fair, the rule auction only says the name of people have to be spooky puns. Let me see what the rule auction says. All answers.
Yeah, I think that's right. Right, actually.
Do you know what? Yeah, you can. Yeah, that is. Yeah, all answers should give the names of people in a spooky pun manner, but that doesn't apply, I guess, if there's no people. All right.
I mean, also, the questions have just been rolling on. Well, chat, I believe, is attempting to spell
Oh
black.
yeah. I mean, they know that. Josie's just said the video's too fast. The Burnzoid says the video's too fast. Maggie's saying, please, can you pause it on a question? So, like, we all know that's a problem. No one's under any illusion. How could they possibly? The only way for them to do this is to take those two letters, BL, and then we all wait 10 minutes for it to loop back.
I'm obsessed with the guy who made this playthrough accidentally clicking the wrong thing and having to start all over again
Yeah.
to film it.
Oh man,
Horrendous. Someone spent their time doing that. It's crazy.
That man.
I am going to give chat a point.
Chat got a point?
I think chat gets a point for smiley face 20,066. They've talked me around to it because there wasn't a name in it, so they didn't have to do a Halloween pun. Okay, what do I do about this? Because obviously we'll never move on from this without chat having it. So we're on the credits of it now. So chat don't even have a valid question to answer. Shall I pause them on a random question? Shall I just throw them a bone on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you give us an equally long amount of time to answer.
Okay.
our questions.
I've paused at a random frame.
But oh man.
Oh, shall I go round? Shall I go back a bit? Hang on.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the options, isn't it?
Yeah, so we don't know what's right.
Yeah.
And would you say Blondie is someone's name?
No, it's the name of a band. It's not the name of people.
Okay. Then let me check the rules. I think that might be another point for chat.
Well, I have to tell you, there was no smile at the top of that.
Oh, there was no smile. There was no genuine warm smile. That's the one thing chat have been doing consistently in lieu of attempting to answer questions. And yet here they left it out.
You could ask if it's even possible for chat to do a genuine warm smile though. Like, is a smiley face? Is it genuine?
I'm afraid
Can
that
we
this
quantify
was,
that?
in fact, discussed when you were
Yeah.
having internet issues.
Oh really?
And
Okay,
we
fine. Sorry.
landed on yes.
This was the compromise we settled on in,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
Because you're right,
Fine.
that's a good question.
Yeah.
But at the end of investigating it, where do we end up, right? I, at some point, have to say, somehow we need to move forward.
I think you just described Sean Morley's normal game.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it possible to smile genuinely? That's at the very heart of the show. Okay, Molly, your topic is anything but Dragon Ball Z. So your question is,
okay.
who discovered penicillin in 1928?
Okay.
Yeah,
It was.
logged and registered. Seen and noted.
It was Alexander Flagostming.
Yeah, and that's a name, so it doesn't need to be in the dictionary. You did a spooky pun on it. That is correct. I mean, provided you meant Alexander Fleming.
I did.
Oh, good. That is worth a point, and for a potential second point.
Oh my god, let's do it.
Oh, I didn't click pause. Let me just go ahead.
Correct, it was Nicolas Cage, yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah, I need to work out a better system for this.
I don't think you do. I don't know.
Yeah, if you get lucky, it's on the answer. If you get unlucky, then you have to answer a very simple question. And if you want to see some questions in advance, they're just all here. They're just playing here. Okay, so that's a second point for Molly. Congratulations.
Woo!
And then
Wonderful.
Mary, you are up next here. Oh, I should have done this before. Because it's this connect and separate round, Molly, now that you've gotten 2 points, do you want to snap a rule in half? Do you want to combine two rules in an interesting way?
Do I want to do that? Yeah. Okay, you have to treat House of Horrify name still, but your pun cannot include words that weren't in the dictionary in 1963.
Nice.
That's good.
Does this mean that the rest of the answer now can include words that weren't in the dictionary in 1963?
Yeah, I think so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to empty out
Good.
Rule 3 and kind of pour that into the rule auction rule,
Yes.
using only words from before 1963.
Yes, yes.
Excellent.
Okay, good. There has been an issue brought up with one of your answers, though, Molly, which I'm being forced to address because people are calling for it. When you gave the answer of Nicolas Cage,
Yeah.
you didn't make a spooky pun. You just said, yes, that's correct, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, because I did think of this at the time,
Okay,
and I
great.
assumed that that the rules only applied to the answers given as part of the quiz proper, and that this sub round of Chegwin stuff doesn't. The other rules don't apply.
And why
That was
did you
an
think...
assumption I made,
Yeah, sure.
and maybe I shouldn't have made that assumption. I'm sort of treating the Chegwin questions as their own little mini game within our quiz.
Yeah, and I guess you were vested interest in me saying, yeah, it was a mini game, and the rules didn't really apply in that.
The Chegwin questions are themselves a rule, right? So, like, I feel like they exist in brackets almost.
I think this probably requires us to go to Night Court.
Oh, no.
And this is a very good point. Did the main rules apply to the Chegwin thing? The defense, Molly, you have made an interesting point. You know, it did diverge from the normal game. Mary, do you have anything to say on this?
I would like a query. When we docked, or rather when you, Your Honor, docked chat a point for no warm smile,
Yeah.
Was that in answer to a Cheggy question, or was that an answer to a normal game question? Because if there's anything I know about normal game is that the rules have to be consistently applied,
Yeah.
or else all is lost.
Do you know what? I think it was on a Cheggy question. People are
And
saying
I-
here, Cheg, they're
yeah.
saying Cheg.
Mm.
So, chat.
Fine. I agree that, yeah. I hold my hands up then, guys.
Yeah.
Mm.
Are you sort of acknowledging that maybe I've got to take that point off you for consistency's sake?
You have to. You have to.
Yeah. I have
I,
to.
Well,
look,
no,
I
hold on,
still
Rosanna.
dispute the original thing, but that's done now.
Mary is right. Rosanna is pointing out a possible get out of jail free right here. The answer that you were given and had to give was yes, correct, because the words Nicolas Cage was already displayed on the screen. However, if I wanted to play devil's advocate to that, I would say that Molly then went on to say, after saying yes, correct, Molly
did say
also
Nicolas
added,
Cage.
it's Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Also, I could have spooky punned yes, correct if I'd wanted to. Although
Yeah.
that's not a name, is it?
Yeah, you're under no
No.
obligation to, but if you wanted to do it for a victory lap, we would have respected it.
Hmm.
I think there's no way around it. I think for pure consistency's sake,
Mhm.
Molly does not get that point, so
Fine.
Oh,
Ho-ho!
okay, we're back.
what's that?
Very sorry to do this, Molly. It feels so much worse to subtract a point than to never provide it, but that's
No,
what I've had
it's
to
so
do.
fine.
You've been taken down to zero
It's
again.
better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all.
Exactly, that is the spirit.
Yeah.
Mary, you're still due a question in this round, right? Easy to
I
get
am
lost in
indeed.
the thicket of this thing. Okay, your topic is going to be
Just absolutely beautiful.
incredible. Can I just say, presumably that was added just a moment ago.
What if it wasn't? What if it wasn't?
Even if it was, this is episode 18. There are hundreds of topics in there. There are hundreds of topics in that randomizer. Oh, brilliant. Simply beautiful. Well, there will be some distribution of information about this available on the internet. It's not impossible.
Yeah. The question is, will I know the answer? And the answer is absolutely not.
Never say never. But I
you
mean,
might be able to guess,
Maybe.
It might be on what platform was the game released, and we know
yeah.
that.
I mean, it was.
Look, I'm not going to give you this question, but just to show you that they're not impossible. Question number 2 that's given is, who was the host of Checkers Pie Quiz? So they're not impossible.
Who was the host and how did he get his nickname?
What is the world record for speed running? Keith Checkman party quiz.
Okay, so this has hallucinated that Cheggers Party Quiz was in fact a TV broadcast show and not a Wii game.
Okay.
So, with that in mind, your question is, on which channel did Cheggers Party Quiz originally broadcast? Now, you need to think, with all the information that ChatGPT has and all the cultural information it's absorbed, what channel might it presume this would broadcast on?
Okay, but the question is, do I know the channel that the Cheggers actual show was on?
Oh, this is textbook, surely.
It's truly not. Or it's not on a textbook that I have read.
Yeah, there's no actual textbook on this, just to be clear.
More like checkbook.
Oh, very good.
I can't. Okay. This is going to be like BBC Three wasn't around. It's going to be out at Channel 4. Not fun, like Boost on Boost 2. Everyone back. Everyone needs to. I'm having a dreadful, dreadful time.
But look, BBC Three wasn't around, but neither was Keith Chegwin's Party Quiz TV show either. So
That's crucial, yeah.
Okay.
There he is.
There he is. You doctor, why have I avoided being so unfamiliar with every aspect of your work? Okay. Names people on Spooky Pun. This isn't a names people one. Genuine warm smile. Okay. BBC Two.
I'm afraid it was Channel 5.
Shut the
oh, okay.
ChatGPT does not regard Checkers Party Quiz with a primetime BBC slot, I'm afraid. However,
slide in. Oh, I don't know. Okay, never mind.
Channel 5, home of Philip Schofield Castaway.
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
the question is, can I do what? I can't see the. Hold on, let me. Okay.
Here's your question.
Yeah.
Who starred in the film I Know What You Did Last Summer? Be aware this is, well, let me make the rules reappear just so that you have access to those.
Okay. I just need to see the options.
Oh, you want me to let you see the options?
Yeah.
You don't get to see the option. No, we've never been allowed to see
Yeah,
the
we've
options
never
before.
done this before. Do we go back to court?
I didn't get to see the options on National
Yeah.
Treasure.
The only option I've let people see in the past is just the correct answer.
Okay. Right. Okay. I think I saw her name at the top of it. Okay, I'm ready to give my answer.
Okay, shall I shrink Subway Surfers down so I can investigate the quality of your smile? Okay, whenever you're ready.
It was Scara Michelle Gellar.
Oh, that's very good.
Very good.
And I guess given that I'm not even actually 100% sure, I need to go back to the checkers to check the right answer.
Why is there so many names?
It is Sarah Michelle Gellar, and you did pun on it. Nothing in there wouldn't have been in the dictionary before 1963, although yes, Scara. I mean, I don't really know how this works now that we're punning on names and also checking the validity of the language against a 1963 dictionary. I think that's a point.
I agree.
Thank you very much.
So that is round 3 completed. And with that, I think the 9:30 klaxon has gone off. So traditionally, we close things up with a final rules round where people have one last shot to change how everything works. Mary, as you're currently trailing, do you want to spend 3 of your -1 points to add one final rule into the game?
Yes, once I think of one.
Sure thing.
I mean, can you talk to someone? Each, you must open your.
Before you continue, am I putting this in the empty rule slot 3 or somewhere else?
You are replacing the rule auction one.
Okay.
And the thing is, you have to suggest another celebrity on the level of Keith Chegwin who could have their own Wii game and what that Wii game would be.
And is there any like points provided for this, or it's just something we all have to do now?
Oh, you get a point if you can. If you get a point if Sean, you honestly feel like you would play it.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh,
Like
so you've got to
the
appeal
law.
to me. Okay. So, and people can submit one of these each.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, Bread Santa gives up a good point. Actually, the rule auction is protected. Like that is.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I beg
It
your
can't be
pardon.
overwritten because it's part of an auction system, which I should have been hotter on.
Then I suggest rule 3.
Yeah. Points available if Sean would play it. And just to clarify, everyone just gets to submit one thing, and I give a point if I'd play it.
Yes.
And
Yeah, great.
if we don't submit it, is our answer? Our answer is
Your
we don't
answer
get any
is
points.
unaffected. Consider this as a way to. This
It's a
is like
bonus point.
potential bonus point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're playing a mini
Like
game
it.
round right now, as created by Mary, who I'm just going to. You've bought a rule, so I'm going to deduct 3 points from you.
They call me Mary Minigame Maz Flanigan.
Increasingly so.
That's what they call me.
So let's read that again. You have to suggest another celebrity on the level of Keith Chegwin who can conceivably have their own Wii game. Points available if Sean would play it. And so
I also think, Sean, can I
Yeah.
add an addendum? I think, Sean, if you feel that that you would play it, but that the celebrity is not on the level of Keith Chegwin. So, for instance, if somebody suggested Tom Cruise Wii game, that
Yeah, let's
wouldn't
say,
qualify
yeah.
even if you would play it because he is not on the level of Keith.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's several rungs below, I would
He
argue.
does not
Yeah.
hold a candle to Keith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
non-trivial man. Okay, so I will let chat begin. What celebrity might Sean play the Wii game of? Is that a well-formed question? What celebrity might Sean play the Wii game of? You can get writing that. Molly, Mary, whenever you're ready, pitch to me. I'm sort of in my Dragon's Den mode of
God.
thinking, would I really sit down with that for an evening?
I just can't. I thought this would be for next week.
Oh no, this is the last rules phase that will affect like the final scores,
Okay.
and then we see who's won. So normally people here, well, people always get more eccentric at this point.
Okay. I've got one.
Okay.
Laser Blast with Les Dennis.
It had to be Dennis. It had to be Les Dennis.
Yeah, it's a very obvious Cheggers adjacent, isn't it?
It is.
Listen, I never claimed. I think it's clear from how I played this game that winning is unimportant. What's important to me is that I imagined a game where I could see Sean having a good time. It's Laser Blast. It's on the way. You're going around a little thing. Les Dennis is there. Is he supporting you? At some point in the game, it might come down to a mano a mano versus you and Les Dennis in the little wee feature thing. You could have a go at speedrunning this, Sean. This could be your legacy. Your Les Dennis legacy. Your Les legacy.
Let me just bring a pic of him up. And he's still going, isn't he? He's not dead, is he?
Mm-hmm.
No,
There
he
is.
was married to Amanda Holden. Would you believe?
Wow. Presumably at a
Mhm.
different
Yeah.
era.
Yes.
It's a completely different time in everyone's life. I found a website once that let you book Keith Chegwin to go on your bachelor party. But there was like a code of conduct you needed to sign to agree to not be too over familiar with him.
Oh no.
But that was before I found out that Dave Benson Phillips would rent you an inflatable sex dungeon.
Fuck off.
He will. He
I
will.
want that.
I
Is he
don't.
still doing Edinburgh every year? He was doing Get Your Own Back at Edinburgh.
Yeah, for a while he did. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think he's like an all right guy, and he's never done anything wrong. I think he is actually like a genuinely nice guy. But
Oh, but there's nothing wrong morally with a inflatable sex dungeon. I'm not a prude. I'm not Mary Whitehouse. You know?
no, I think honestly,
I am.
it's rare to think of a British.
Mouse White House Flanigan.
But there was definitely a time when he fell on hard times, and he had this website that was primarily, it had all the splat and the stuff, all the like gunge and splat, but it was primarily to advertise him as a man with a van who's available for house removals.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
And he ran a thing called March Mad, and he'd sell inflatables, like he'd do like bouncy castle rentals, and he did a thing called March Madness, where during March the amount you had to pay for almost any of his services was equivalent to that date. So if you got him on the 1st, you could have him move house for you and give you a bouncy castle all for £1.
Oh, wow.
And me and my friends would set our Google Calendar alerts to be like, come on. That's our spring sorted. Let's move house and bounce.
I mean, you know what that reminds me of, Sean?
I can't imagine what it might remind you of.
This very game that we're playing.
It does.
Oh, yeah, of course.
The one from like that feels like
Yeah.
a rule that somehow
It's the
someone
normal
made it.
game approach to running a business, running a small business.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. Okay, so we have... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Do you have any follow-up questions on Laser Blast with Les Dennis?
Yes, you may have all described it, but could you go over again the nature of the blasting?
So you have your Wii thing, right? Your Wii,
Yeah.
Wii controller,
Yeah.
and you press one of the buttons to go. It's like a laser quest that you might go on, like on a stag do or something. You know, when you'd have to go around the actual physical building.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but you're shooting little Miis. It's a kind of an early sort of co-op.
Love it.
game.
Love it.
And you're being guided through by Les Dennis, and then eventually the kind of twist of the game, the storyline we're going to build in, is that he turns on you and you have to defeat Les Dennis.
So it's kind of a first-person shooter using the Wiimote, and and Les Dennis is on the other team. Is there any kind of plot where Les Dennis starts off as your ally and then betrays you?
That's what I'm saying. That's what he is. Les
Oh,
Dennis is
brilliant,
guiding you
brilliant.
through, and eventually you get to the point where you say, "Les, we've made it," and then Les says, kind of lights a cigarette like this, and the flame lights up his little animated Keith
Yeah.
Chegwin style face. And he says, "So it's come to this," and then he aims to shoot at you, and it's just and then it's just a mano-a-mano battle with you and Les.
Yeah.
And
I think
at the
I'd
end
play
of
that.
it,
Wow.
do you hold him, and does he tell you, does he explain that he's only done this to make you a stronger person and a player, or is the betrayal real and genuine? You don't know. You'll have to play to find out.
Yeah. And his reasons for it could be based on decisions you make throughout the game. Like if you've really made a good friend of him, he's crying during the final battle.
Yeah.
But if you've been incompetent, he doesn't care.
If you make fun of him about Amanda Holden, he doesn't. He just shoots you.
Yeah, he actually betrays you halfway through rather than at the end. Not to be a pernickety pedant, but were you in any way obliged to? Oh, the rule auction isn't correct currently.
Oh gosh.
You need to make a tree house of horror style pun on any names using words that would have been in the dictionary pre 1963.
I
Am I obliged to hoist you on that? Because chat has very...
You know, listen, I'll take it. I'll take it from chat. I'll say, you know, I did not, and honestly, right now I don't know. Les gets spooky, Dennis. Laser blast with Les gets spooky, Dennis. Is that anything?
Am I
It's
allowed
really-
to let you just change your answer now that I've said it doesn't obey the rules?
Probably not. Probably not. Listen, I know what I said, and I accept that I did not have a spooky name. Like, my only defense is that I thought I wouldn't have to come up with that because I thought this was going to roll on to the next one.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. No one really thought we'd be doing this, even the rule creator. But the rule wasn't displayed on the screen at the time. Do you know what, Albright? You're right. I made a mistake, and the rule temporarily disappeared from the screen at the time of it being said. And there is a general print. Do you know what? Let's go to precedent archive because this is quite important. Oh, chats. Hang on, let's go back. Okay, Baddie McGuinness logged. I think Baddie McGuinness. Would I play that? Molly, you may already know that I've got a fascination with Paddy McGuinness. So would I play that? Yes. Paddy McGuinness is one of the most fascinating celebrities in British culture.
I'm always thinking about, as Victor Meldrew would say, I didn't believe it.
Oh, I didn't believe it. Don't forget Nature's iPad.
And
yeah.
I really want to say that I had a lot of time for Paul Gascoigne's Hostage, the negotiation game.
Yes, that's very fair. I actually thought Cannon and Ball's Siege Tactics felt the most correct as a game title. They're also, I think, a good bit of like end of the pier fun, but to imagine them in a kind of like Worms Armageddon setting is
I also
genuinely
think
quite exciting.
at least one of them is dead.
No, no.
That could be part of the mechanics. Yeah, I can hear someone typing, finding out
It's-
Cannon and Ball, who is living, who is dead.
I just
Bobby Ball is dead. It has
Bobby
been confirmed.
Ball. No.
I do think something very important came up here, which I can put in the precedent archive. This is where we store every piece of fiddly rule precedent that helps me get out of horrible edge cases in the future. This one specifically is that I'm going to copy and paste this out. These are all things that we've gotten into arguments about before, and I've had to make rules that are like permanent. Players can only be bound by rules that are visible on the screen at the time. I think that's only fair. I make mistakes, and then if I haven't got things up on the screen and players do things in ways which aren't aligned with rules that ought to be written on the screen, but I've forgotten to push the button, I think I can't hold them to that. Do I get a point for establishing precedent? Nice try. So, Mary, that means you get a point.
Yes.
And chat, you absolutely get a point for Baddie McGuinness because you know I have not a soft spot, sort of a weirdly calloused sore that I cannot stop poking for Paddy McGuinness. Molly, you are up last. Please provide your celeb game.
Okay, I'm going to go for British Bulldog with Denise Welch.
Oh. Would I play British Bulldog with Denise Welch? Yes, I think so.
What I'm imagining, by the way, is it's just loads of you're playing British Bulldog against loads of Denise, like identical Denise Welch.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I have to say the Denise Welsh isn't doing it for me so much, but the concept really is. Like the clones, British Bulldog, the video game, and I think that's enough to get you over the finish line.
Their entire family. It's Welch, and it's Tim and Matty Healy as well.
And I get to British Bulldog them, which is a very violent playground sport. Yeah, that's worth a point. Even
The whole
image,
family.
even the image of me sharpening my elbows on the playground. There you go. There's your point. So that was Mary's final rule, has resulted in that mini game, which is now completed and the points have been allocated. Molly, as our middle place contestant, would you like to make your final rule? Are you interested in an additional rule before we wrap up?
Yeah. What I was going to say is the contents of every answer should be implied rather than stated.
What I would recommend here, if I can just do a little bit of metagaming on your behalf, there are no more questions after this. So what people might normally do here is mess with the win conditions, because this is the final thing we're doing before I look at who has the most points.
So as in, like, you lose points if you're this, you gain points if you're that. Like, I remember last time we like gained points for bad behavior. It's something like that.
I mean, you're not obliged to. A thing that normally happens at this point is I end on a rules round, and the person who has the fewest points goes, haha, I'll go further into debt, and I'll make the rule the winner has the lowest points. And then the person who would have been the winner goes, well, hang on, I can still make a rule, and then they overwrite it, and then they still win.
But I was not totally following the arc of the game and came up with the whole mini game that did fuck about shit.
But I preferred that to going through the same pageantry of someone doing the same aha and then having that rug pulled from underneath them.
Not the pageantry, Sean. Going through the empty pageantry.
Oh, no, pageantry's lovely. Have you never
Oh, I mean,
been
yeah,
enticed
but
by
it's-
colours and shapes? Never talk those down. That's pure theatre.
Shit. I'm racking my brains now.
Yeah, the only thing that would benefit you is somehow changing the structure and understanding of the game, or points, or winning, or what success means, to somehow come away from this potentially on top of chat that is 3 points away. Bearing in mind, chat still has their ability to make a rule after you.
Fuck. And you can't wish for more wishes, I take it.
No one's tried. I don't know. Try me. I don't know. This
I
hasn't come up
couldn't
before.
say, for example, the any player not winning gets to make an extra rule. Like, you can't do that. It's just too bad.
No one's ever tried it. I don't know. Are you suggesting that?
I just think it would be boring.
Yeah, maybe. That's another consideration, isn't it?
Okay. Okay. Chat still gets to make a rule.
Oh yeah, even though I've prompted you to get you to think more expansively about your options, I also should come clean and go, I don't know if there's anything you could decisively do that will help you win.
I don't think I could, to be honest.
Sure.
Okay, what about at the end, after when chat has made their rule, the scores are sorted randomly, and then the person who wins.
Oh, no.
I can't let you specify chat specifically, because one of the first rules is you cannot specify an individual player in a rule. It's one of the only rules.
When the final act of the game has taken place,
Sure.
the scores are shuffled.
Mhm.
Is
Yeah,
that dumb?
what you want me to evaluate whether or not your rule is intelligent and helpful for you?
Yes.
Well,
I think it is.
well, Mary, let me give you another opinion. What stops chat overwriting that rule in just a second? Isn't that always the kicker?
Oh yeah.
Because they go, well, we don't want the rules wobbled around, and then we win.
Can you include this rule cannot be overwritten? If this rule is overwritten, the person who created it wins.
Oh, that's a really
God.
good idea, Mary.
Oh God! The question now becomes: how long do you want this stream to be
You know
from
what?
this precise point?
If the rule, right, what I'm going to say is,
Because
if
this
the-
wrap-up section's taking a long time.
if the rule, here's a better one. Here's a better one.
Yeah. Okay.
So my original thing applies. The scores get shaken up after the next bit. If this rule is overwritten, nobody wins.
Tell me through the exact wording of the rule and where it would go. Just let me help you picture the rule.
So when the last player has finished setting their rule,
When the
and
last
the
player...
scores, and Sean is set to reveal the scores. Sean shuffles the scores at random. And the player with the highest score wins. If this rule is overwritten, nobody can win normal game.
Okay, let me just think about this. So
what is going to happen is chat's going to make a decision between risking
potentially
shuffling
not
the
winning
main
and nobody
item.
wins.
Well, that's not a risk. That's something they choose if they override the rule. I don't
If
like
I allow,
it.
if I allow
Morley
this,
3
It's
tipped
the whole game.
£1.51. Scores shuffled at random right now.
we've just received a tip from Baldy of £1.51, which says
Okay.
scores are shuffled at random right now.
Oh,
Well, let me just draw your attention to one part of the tutorial. I specifically said that I've changed the rule auction so that rewriting rules has to be done by a sum of at least £1. And I did this to stop loads of front-loading rules changes. Baldy might not have been here to see it, but at the same time, the rule wasn't on the screen. It's not a rule. It's like it's well, it is a rule, but it's part of the normal game explanation. Oh no, it wasn't on the script.
will be on the screen because the precedents aren't on the screen either.
No,
It
that's
wasn't
very
on-
true.
No, but that wouldn't be a problem if I didn't just write into the precedent archive that players can only be bound by rules that are on the screen. But this is the fundamental rules of the game. It's
Baldy
not.
3 tipped £1.
Yeah, I think we understand rules to mean these.
Okay, Baldy's just tipped £1 and it's been pushed up by £1, so I guess it is going through. Scores are
Okay.
shuffled right now. Scores shuffled immediately. That's gone into the rules. You can see it on the screen. Okay, so we have 3 possible score values. One is -3, one is 1, one is 3. And I need to assign these randomly. And I'm going to go right from left. So I'll look at a website like List Shuffle website. Yeah, random.org, list randomizer. And I'm going to put in -3, 1, and 3. And then I'm just going to use the order it comes in. The first one will be Mary's, the second one will be Molly's, the third one will be chat. And in fact, I will do this on the same browser window as where you can already see Cheggers, so that we can all see the outcome of this together.
It's obscured by Dennis.
Yes.
Oh no, it is now, but I that will be fixed.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I really thought this one would run to time.
He's
Okay.
cool.
Okay, so here we go. -3, 1, 3, and now we randomize. Error, your list must contain at least 2. I must have done each on a separate line. More for me, I separated them by commas. Been playing too much with CSVs. Okay, randomize. -3, 1, and 3. The random order is exactly the order they're in now.
God's
Which
sake.
can happen with a list of 3.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, everyone. Great. Thank you, Baldy. Great.
Baldy's pissed his money away.
Yes. Nice try. Thank you, Baldy.
Baldy, see you at Crossroads stream on Sunday.
Do I allow Molly's rule? Is there something specific in there I just cannot allow to be in the game?
I don't think you should allow it. I think it's no fun. I think it makes things boring.
Not allowing people to overwrite the rules. Because then what's stopping someone being like, you just can't overwrite this rule? This is just an unoverwritable rule.
Exactly. I don't think that's
We can't set bombs.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I can allow it. Do you know what?
Okay.
I'd have been more open to it if it wasn't 10 p.m.
Yeah, there is that.
So with that in mind, do you want to try a different rule, or do you want to just?
I'm gonna just hold my hands up. I think.
Yeah, I think it's that kind of time. Chat, you have one last opportunity. There's no benefit to you from doing this. The goal is wide open. Do you want a final rule? Yes or no? You know, you deserve to be able to answer this. As your coach and enemy, I don't see how it helps you.
I want to see the maniacs who are voting for yes. Drunk on par.
Yeah, I can see him. I mean, their usernames are right there. I can see him.
Rosanna. Good Pete. Bad Pete.
They only have 60 seconds, so most of that's probably already elapsed. Something's gone wrong where Maggie's name is permanently obscuring no. Just a problem with my code. So do you want yes or Maggie FPK? Vote now. Molly needs docking 2 points. You're right, Molly did buy a rule. Oh no, Molly didn't buy a rule. Molly
Didn't
decided
buy a
not to.
rule. I attempted
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's out to get me? Who said that?
I knew it.
Okay, what rule do you want? What is the point of you making a rule at this point? Oh, hang on. I need to end the old referendum. And
Goodbye,
now, what rule do you want? I'm going to give you like a grand total of, well, I don't know, 1.5 minutes?
So if chat wins, Sean,
Yeah.
does that mean Molly
When
and
chat
I
Yeah, I'm afraid you haven't made it through season 1 of normal game to the. You're not going to the finals.
I'm
Wembley will have to
excited
remain
to-
a dream.
I'm excited to see you again on All Stars, Molly.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for Mull's party quiz coming to the Wii U.
I am.
Yeah, we could all play at home on the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be the Alyssa Edwards of Sean Morley's normal game. You'll see
know,
me there.
Last time I was on this, Sean, somebody was watching it, and
That's weird. What
Became-
was someone
yeah.
doing that?
he became not only a listener to my podcast, but also a regular attendee of the pub quiz that I run down the
wow.
road. Yeah, I've met somebody in real life because of this stream.
That's so cool.
That's interesting. What's the first letter of their username?
I don't know what their username is actually.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah,
I think I might know who this is.
I don't want to dox them
Yeah.
because I've said where I live, so I don't want to dox them by.
I
saying
think I
where-
know who it
where
is.
they-
Yeah.
I got a good idea.
Jigsaw identification.
And I can't communicate to you without them being doxed midway through. Okay, so the final rule is random more phrase. Given that it doesn't really matter where it goes or what, I guess rule 3 can be safely overwritten now because we've done that minigame.
Yeah.
So random more phrase, this will be the last rule that we put in. This is something I've once said across 4 years of streaming.
Mhm.
It's me, Sean, British Sonic the Hedgehog Morley. And I don't think that means anything, but I'm happy to write it in the rules.
What nationality is Sonic the Hedgehog usually?
I think he's from a made-up planet called Mobius.
Oh.
Oh, okay, fine.
Sorry for knowing deep cut Sonic the Hedgehog lore. I'm not happy about it. And then I dock chat 2 points.
You convinced nobody with the I think there, Sean.
Yeah, that's fair.
Docking chat-
Well, do you know what? There's a lot of depictions of, it's not an out and out truth. Now, sadly, this puts chat having bought a rule for no reason. The cost of them has put them in a dead heat with Molly. So,
Oh, okay.
yes, they're just looking to extend the game through any means possible. I'm going to do one final tie-break question between you and them. It will be a question with a numerical answer. Whoever is closest wins, and then we can finish the game. So, the last topic of the game, keeping the tempo and pace up now to try and get through this.
Come on, Molly.
This is exciting.
Faro and ball paint colours. Faro and ball paint colours. Do you know? Do you know what Faro and ball is?
No, I would assume that it's a paint manufacturer.
Let me quickly just check. Yep, great.
Rule 2. Someone's asking if Rule 2 is still in effect.
But
I'm
one
gonna
of them,
say
but
no.
one of them's dead. It's Bobby Ball.
I'd say the minigames, the time for minigames has passed.
No, they don't apply.
Surely.
I forgot to ask it to make sure the questions were numerical. It's just giving me does Faro and ball make a paint color called this over and over again? And of course, you can't be closer than anyone else with those. Okay. Sure. This one's great. Question. Your question, this is between Molly and Chat. Chat, you can start answering straight away. Molly, you can also answer whenever you like. How many colours does Faro and Ball have in their standard paint range? Is Rule 2 still in effect? Yes, I guess Rule 2 still is in effect. So we will follow this up with a Cheggers round. Ugh, God. I feel
We
like I'm
could just
living
talk
in a-
about that, but yeah. Okay, I think 200.
Okay. Did a smile. It's me, Sean, British Sonic the Hedgehog Morley. I don't think that has any effect on your behaviour. Who's got the cops outside?
Obviously, me and Brixton.
Nice. Okay, 119 with a warm smile. Chat is closer. It's 132. Maybe you can make it back on a Cheggers round. Let me just give chat the point. Molly, here's your check. Molly, here's your Cheggers round. Let me quickly make Cheggers visible.
Wait, how will this affect it?
Well, you might get a point, so then you'd tie again, and then we just
remember spooky name and warm smile.
yeah. Listen to your coach.
There he is.
Hey, if you cannot read this,
I see it. I see it.
Okay.
It's the Bootles.
Is it? Let's find out. Click play. It is the Bootles. Congratulations, Molly. And then to chat, I'm going to give you the following question. Which song was a UKN? And
That's not fair.
was it 7 Day? I have all black. Here you go. Oh, I messed up the passing there. 1 sec. Hang on, I'll just do that again. That's not a question. What are you talking about? Which song was a UKN? I can understand that as a question.
Oh, you made him mad, Chet. Not to go back to brain rot, but you know.
But chat has massive advantage. They get lots and lots of different brains, so they can probably think of all the permutations of what this question could be and the answers. I think it's a reasonable handicap.
I think they'll probably get it.
Yeah,
They've run rings around us this whole game.
Oh. Okay, chat's going to say 7 Day. Let me just quickly
The thing is that, hang on, Sean, because the answer isn't going to be any of the ones you said.
I will accept it if whatever 7 Day turns out to be turns out to be the answer. Is this? Did I get it? Oh, I'm afraid it's I Turn to You.
I turn to you like a flower leaning towards the sun. I turn to you.
Does that mean I
win?
Yeah, it should do. Hang on. Let me just do a quick sneeze. So, Molly, you were on 1. And then what was your question? It was the paint thing, but then chat was closer.
Chat got that point. Yeah.
Oh, no,
But then you got a point
tonight.
from Cheggers. You got a point.
So we were even because of
if you'd let chat
losing the points because of making the rule.
Yeah.
And then
I declare a joint victory between Molly Marsh and Chat. This is our first co-winners. Chat, you and Molly will go into the next round. Congratulations. You fought very valiantly, and in the end, there was no clear winner.
there was a clear loser.
Yes,
Well, I
there
had a
was.
lovely time.
But you fought very valiantly. You gave us our first major mini game. Mary, have you enjoyed your time here on Normal Game?
I've loved it. I've had an absolutely delightful evening. This has been a charming time.
If people want to see more Mary Flanigan, where can they go?
Well, I'm on Twitch at Mazflaz, Mazflaz. You can see me dressing up in costumes and playing point-and-click adventure games and crosswords. If you like to be kind of gently hungover on a Sunday and have someone kind of whittering away to you gently on Twitch, I'm your gal. You can also find me on Instagram at Mazflaz. I post gigs, stuff about gigs there. gig in Birmingham, gig in wherever will have me. If you're booking people, book me. Sure, I'm cheap. And yes, yeah, follow me on Twitch though. That would be awesome. This community is so cool, so mental. I love you very deeply. Thank you for letting me spend an evening with you all.
It has been a pleasure to be in your company. The link is above. Please do, if you have fingers and generosity, click twitch.tv/mazflaz and give her a follow. Thank you for playing. Valiant effort. You were given some impossible situations, and it was fantastic to watch you get destroyed by the situations you were unfairly placed in.
Jokehead Walters, can you hear me?
Yeah, and where is he now, eh?
Where is he now? Goodbye.
Goodbye. Congratulations to our 2 winners. Molly, how does it feel to have grabbed joint victory from...
I'm thrilled.
Did you say thrilled?
I'm thrilled, yeah.
Oh, good. I heard I'm killed. I thought, oh,
no,
God.
I'm slightly worried that next time because I'll be on this again now, right?
Yes.
Right.
Sorry
I'm
if
gonna have
that's
to
not
really
what you
make
want.
sure No, it's fine. Just gotta make sure my internet is in order next time.
It could help you. It's hard to hit a moving target.
Yeah. Yeah.
And chat, how does it feel to win? And, against my best wishes and my best efforts, you did claw through. I've been very explicit that I never want you to win, and yet you have to admit I'm a fair host because you have, and it's my game and it still happened. So if it really was fixed, I wouldn't be in this situation. Will you be in the same team as Molly next time? Would you like that?
I don't want that.
No, I wouldn't recommend it. So what I recommend, we could go down 2 ways. Normally, the winner gets to make a rule for next time, but there are 2 winners. So either you could collaborate on a rule now, or you could both just add a rule and we start with 2 rules at the beginning of next week. Do you know what will be quickest is just 2 rules? And I think we've run over, haven't we? So, Molly, you ponder a rule you'd like to see some strangers wrestle with.
I want to use the same rule I was going to use earlier, and then you told me not to, which is the answers should be implied, not stated.
Answers should be implied, not stated. Yes, I can really see us struggling with that. Answers should be implied. No, I imagine, I'm going to write this down. I'm going to put it in a spreadsheet that I use to maintain the admin on this. I'm not going to think about it. And then just after lunchtime on Wednesday, I'll look at that and I'll be like, fuck off. Fuck off. What does that, in practice, what does that mean? But now I think that's genius.
I don't have to worry about it, though, do I? So
yeah. And do you know what? For 1 week, neither do I. So, yeah, I think that's so funny and good. But I won't, in 1 week's time, I'm going to be cursing your name.
Fair enough.
Okay, and what have we got from chat? All questions must be subjective. Questions should be implied, not asked. Now, that's a 2-hit combo. That's impossible. Sometimes questions are really bad, but never before do I see us hitting a wall right out of the gate. But if those 2 go through. Okay, chat, you've got 1 more minute left, and then I will close that door on you. Questions should be implied, and then the answers have to be implied.
It's just people going
at
each other.
Yes, that will probably take 1 week's worth of deliberation anyway, just to figure it out. Let's see what happens if I ask ChatGPT to imply a question. Could you implicitly, but not implicitly, ask a question about the life of Keith Chegwin and provide an answer? Many people remember a lively television presenter who won the hearts of audiences in the 1970s and 1980s, known for his cheerful demeanour and engaging style. This presenter also had a notable career in children's television, including hosting popular shows. Reflecting on his journey, one might think about his early beginnings in the entertainment industry and the impact he had on British television. So there's not even a question. It's no question mark. It's just like, that might be about Keith Chegwin. Okay. It's implied. Yeah, you have to say something's implied by that. If someone asked that to me at the beginning of a... If I was doing a quiz and someone said that, I'd be like, is there more to this? Is there a question? One might be inclined to think about the following things.
Oh my god.
Great. Well, questions and answers both need to be implied and not outright stated. Congratulations, Molly. You've thrown next week into turmoil. You have been an excellent contender. Is there anything you want to give a shout out? I hear you run a pub quiz. Is there anything you want people to know about? Is there anywhere to see more Molly out in the world?
Yes, I run a pub quiz in Stratham if you live in Stratham. I have a podcast called Galactic Yo-Yo, which is a Doctor Who podcast. I'm not making it at the moment, but there's a whole backlog of episodes. And I'm always gigging around London, so yeah, at Molly Martian on the socials, and you'll find my gigs and stuff.
Okay, those things are in the chat. Go here and go here. You owe it to yourselves. Thank you, Molly. You've been a fantastic guest. I guess I'll be contacting you at an undisclosed time for the
Look forward
next...
to an email, John,
Yeah.
Right.
So thank you very much. Thank you to chat. You've all given us a run for our money, and we have grown so wise. So from all of us, thank you for watching. Thank you for playing. Thank you to Baldy for donating, and everyone who subscribed, everyone who watched. Goodbye. Just find the right button. There we go. Goodbye. 1 and 3. The random order is exactly the order they're in now. Which can happen with a list of 3.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, everyone. Great. Thank you, Baldy. Great.
Baldy's pissed his money away.
Yes. Nice try. Thank you. Time for Lady
I
Goblins.
just think it's right. You've got time.
Yeah, I want Lady
It's
Goblin to
alright.
go into my bedroom. And people are like, oh, you've made it like that, have you?
Oh.
You've made it like that. You're a pig. We want Lady Goblin so they can kill us. You're thinking for some reason they're going to kiss you. They're not going to kiss you, mate. They're here to steal and kill.
Not in a million years.
They're not going to kiss you, mate. Oh, I hope that... Sorry, mate, but no Lady Goblins are going to hear this. This is a male brute courtroom.